Hey guys, and welcome back. I hope everyone is doing okay this evening. You can see I'm currently out here in the terrace at Shearer's Bar, and one thing we haven't had a chance to talk about so far in the new year is the fact that there is actually a transfer window open. I think with the time we are Derby on, just Newcastle playing a few games, I think a lot of people are kind of neglected the fact that we are currently within a transfer window. Not much activities happened so far, with the exception of Timo Werner going to Tottenham. There's just not much going on. So I thought we'd make a video today. We'll talk about my personal thoughts on what Newcastle actually are going to do in this window. Newcastle's transfer targets, are they realistic? News with the likes of Dominic Solanke came out today. Can Newcastle actually buy a player of his money? £70 million price tag or somewhere ridiculous like that? Can Newcastle actually drop money like that under financial fair play in this window? The fact that Newcastle are now out of the Champions League and the Carabao Cup, just what can the club do? How can the club work around this? Are we going to sign many players? So a lot of questions, and I'm going to try my best to answer them all in this video. If you guys are new around here and you like the content, make sure you get down and hit that subscribe button, smash the like button. This is what you enjoy. I've got a feeling once Newcastle get the Manchester City game out of the way, we're not playing for well over a week. Newcastle are going abroad to enjoy some warm weather training. That's when I think the club is probably going to pounce. If we're going to get anyone in this window, I think that week and a bit is going to be crucial. So we'll see what the club gets up to. But without further ado, guys, enough messing around. You know the score. Let's get straight into things. It was reported just over 2 hours ago by the Telegraph that Newcastle is making a move for Dominic Solanke, the Bournemouth striker and the guy who earlier this season scored the 2 goals to pummel us at the Vitality Stadium. Now, someone that is in red hot form. He scored 12 goals in 19 matches this season. Statistically one of the best strikers in the league this season. Never thought I'd be saying about Solanke, but a couple of years ago I think people would have said that about Joe Linton as well. You see how good he is in midfield. So to be fair, Solanke's had some really good games this season. He's someone that's clearly in red hot form, and it's someone that Bournemouth does not want to let go. Now, Newcastle have some major problems in this transfer, and there was the same with any other team as well. The first one being is the price inflation. Now, this is something that I'm fully expecting Newcastle to take on board. Now, in the January transfer window, unlike the summer, there's actually an additional price inflation. What I mean by that is, because of the fact it's a 1 month window, teams such as us, we've got Bruno, Joe Linton, Isak, Trippier, whatever player may be, we don't want to sell to other teams. Therefore, we charge more money for teams to buy our players. It's the same with any other team. For a guy like Solanke to get in now, I'm willing to bet every pound I've got Bournemouth will charge us within the 60, 70, 80 million pound mark. It's going to massively have a repercussion their season if they do in fact lose the player for us. You bring him in, it's a massive boost for us. So Bournemouth, especially to any team in the Premier League as well, they will charge a ridiculous amount of money, and it's unfortunate you're probably Newcastle has to deal with. So straight away, if you want to get Solanke, it's going to cost somewhere between 60 to 80 million pounds. Do I personally think Newcastle have the money to do that under FFP? It's always tricky to say, because I think one massive problem Newcastle has under financial fair play is our player sales. So the reason why a team like Aston Villa can spend a lot of money is because a couple of seasons ago they sold Jack Grealish for £100 million. So they're allowed to spend £100 million in the transfer window and spend extra money on top of that because of the profits they made as a club. Newcastle we haven't got any player sales at all. We sold Sumac for about £20 million, Chris with 17. That's it. That's the only money we've made, and that's such a massive problem compared to the rest of the league. We've got no player sales at all. So eventually, as much as I don't want to say it, when a guy like Bruno Guimaraes eventually gets sold for a price such as £100 million, that will be massively beneficial for Newcastle to bring in a lot of players. So it depends how you look at things, but in this window, I can't see us spending 60 to 80 million pounds altogether, never mind on one player. And that's the first point I want to make. If Newcastle want to make signings now, it will be stuff like loan deals, free agent, if we're going to bring up the likes of David De Gea, shortly, and just spending minimal fees. Newcastle will not fall for price inflation in this window. We can just wait until the summer. Worst case scenario now, Newcastle season, we miss out on European football. We finish 9th, we finish 10th, we finish mid-table. Now, obviously, when you look at the start of the season, all that ambition, all that hope, you'd like to do more. But worst case scenario, you finish mid-table. Is there much complaints there? I mean, there'll be a little bit of complaining, but I don't think it's that bad, because next season you haven't got Champions League football. You can fully focus on the league and the domestic cup competition. So it depends how you look at things, or positive and negatives, whatever way you swear with Newcastle. But looking into this window, I don't want to be negative, I don't want to be that guy, but truthfully, I don't think we'll spend much at all. I actually think we'll have quite a light window. I don't think we'll bring much in, even though in reality, Newcastle are desperate, and I say again, desperate to bring players, and we've got a lot of injuries this season. Still got something to go for us. I mean, we've got Fulham away in the FA Cup 4th round. Realistically, we probably should be beating Fulham, therefore you're going into the 5th round with a possibility of a nice draw, depending on who we get. So, and Newcastle still has a bit to go this season. We can still get European football. So for me, listen, if there's any deals, options available, get them done. But in all honesty, I don't think Newcastle will spend much. I think the ownership, everyone at the club are going to be playing their cards close to their chest. And I will say one thing now, I've seen a lot of quotes coming out about like Sean Longstaff, Newcastle potentially selling a first team player in this window. I don't think we'll do it. I can't see us selling any first team players unless it's a massive fee. Let's say somebody comes in with the offer like £50 million for Sean Longstaff, then maybe the club might think about it, but I can't see us selling unless it's a move that we can't refuse. I don't see us selling at all any of our first team players. We've already seen how depleted our squad can be at times this season. I don't think the club will budge unless there's an offer that is too good to turn down. So, like to show Longstaff, I think we'll be fine. But in regards to me, I guess trying to summarise everything together, I don't think we'll spend that much, but we'll get through some potential targets now what the club could go for. If you asked me the question about a month ago, what potential players Newcastle could bring in, a lot of fans would bring up David De Gea. He's a current free agent, just played for Manchester United last season, has a high wage gap, but ultimately you're not paying any money to get him when you can get him in at any point. But I will give De Braga credit. Last couple of games he's been brilliant. Now, when he first came back to the team, yes, he's had some mistakes. Yes, Newcastle conceded a lot of goals, but he has, over the past week or so, against Liverpool and Sunday, he's pulled it together. He's had much better performances. Newcastle are gradually becoming a better team now. We've got past the horrible month spell, so we see how things go against Manchester City and Aston Villa, but I don't think we're signing a keeper. This is a cheap one. I don't think we get David De Gea. Calvin Phillips, of course, a loan option from Manchester City. Again, people will think, well, actually, you know, get this guy in a loan. We need a replacement for Tonali after his ban for the rest of the season. Listen, Phillips isn't playing football. Let's get him in. He's a brilliant player. Manchester City, I mean, as mental as it sounds now, we are arrived at Manchester City. We're a team that is playing them at the weekend. We've already beat them in the Carabao Cup this season. We are a potential team that could do some damage to them. So if the likes of Phillips just join us, ultimately, again, it's a tough call at Manchester City to make, and they're a team that's smart. Loan obligation straight away, be charging something like £5, £6, £7 million just to loan the guy. That fee just to loan a player. And then there might be something in the contract as well where you have to buy the player after a set amount of games, and it gets a bit murky and a bit expensive for Newcastle. So again, it's how the club looks around things. It's tough to call at the minute. I'm not going to BS anyone. I'm going to come out in this video now, I'm going to say, honestly, we don't know where things are going to go. I'm not going to come out and pretend that something's going to happen because maybe we don't know. But for now, I want to kind of clear your heads a little bit. I don't believe the Solanke stuff in regards to a sign. I don't think it's a realistic sign we can make. Phillips, I don't think it'll happen. David De Gea, I don't think will happen. And over the next couple of days, or once the City game's over and done with, we'll make a video where we'll actually come out with potential realistic targets. But for now, I want to make this video to support everyone back on track. Stuff like this is going to pop out in social media, but for me, I don't think it's realistic, and that's what I want to finish this video off. Nice and quick today, nothing too much to go on about. But that's recent news that has came up. For me, as much as I like to say otherwise, I don't think that will happen. That's my honest opinion on it. But we'll see if I'm wrong over the next couple of days to see if anything transpires. But hopefully you guys have took some more information out of this video. But appreciate it anyway. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.